We have an ordinance on second reading, we have an ordinance to amend and supplement the revised general ordinances of the city of New Brunswick, Title 10, vehicles and traffic, Schedule 1, penalty. This is in reference to penalties for parking violations. Mr. Chairman, would you like to give an overview of this?
Actually, I think Mr. Delgado's here.
I'm
He
sorry,
might be in
you
a
are-
better position to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, Mr. TK.
You're very welcome.
The fines have not been increased in many, many years. And actually, it caught our attention when the meters were increased back in 2023. And we realized that to stay at a meter was, to pay the fine was cheaper than staying at the meter itself, which then led for us to conduct a survey of other 6 municipalities, and we realized that we were on the very low end of all those that actually had fined for parking. Parking, as we know, is a very difficult thing to do, but it deters people from committing violations for various traffic issues. And so we conducted the survey, realized that we were below it, and we made a proposal to increase the fine for various traffic violations. Parking violations, I should say.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I apologize.
No
I didn't
apology
see,
necessary.
I didn't see you.
Council.
I had the right person here and I said the wrong one. So does any of my council, members, fellow members, have any questions comments on this particular ordinance?
Is my understanding that the parking authority and the police can give out tickets for these?
Yes, sir. I mean, most of them are enforced by the parking authority, but there are some that would be enforced by the police department.
At this time, we're gonna open the floor for, public hearing on this ordinance only. You have up to 5 minutes per person, one time out. If any member of the public wishes to address the council on this ordinance, please come forward.
Hi, yes, Manuel Warren. I would say, the council member Anderson just really spoke what I was gonna say due to where it's sad that, like I said, I gave an applause to the parking authority for doing a great job. But please tell me, why doesn't New Brunswick Police Department give out tickets for violations? Every time I ask you about, would be putting in certain ordinance signs, you say, this is the reason the ordinance is going through. But like I said, New Brunswick Police Department isn't really writing out any tickets for violations, even when it comes down to speeding. So like I said, please, due to where we have several people, and like I said, I give the parking authority A+ due to where I see they've hired more workers, due to where giving out tickets. I meant, wow, even for George Street, for example. I can see what people violating due to where you see the police right there. They don't give out tickets? Why? Please, can somebody ask me why New Brunswick Police Department doesn't give out tickets? Wow, it's not like you haven't seen on video before, like I pointed out before, somebody violating something, breaking the law, the New Brunswick the Police Department do anything for us traffic? I say that's the real situation due to where, come on, why too many things keep repeatedly happening? Why? Because New Brunswick Police Department isn't doing their jobs correctly. And I hope to see plenty more tickets written out due to where, I say, just like you say, you jack up the price due to where more is out, then maybe more people will respect the law. And like I said, due to where, please, I hope to see it, but I don't want to have to start doing videos showing, wow, here's New Brunswick Police Department right there, due to where situation, what are they doing? Nothing. But like I said, I give thumbs up, A+ for the parking authority, the great job that they've been doing, that I've been seeing throughout the whole New Brunswick with giving out tickets. Thank you.
Anybody else from the public wishes to address the council on this matter?
It's Charlie Cradaville, New Brunswick Today. I wanted to ask if there's any estimate of how much revenue these changes would bring in.
Mr. Delgado, do you have an estimate?
I'm not prepared to answer that.
Thank you.
Do we know approximately how many violations are, result in fines being paid? in a given year approximately?
I'm not sure I'm ready to answer that, I won't even. Are you ready to answer that? Because that's a very good question. So I don't know.
I think it's a very fair question, and I think it's information that's necessary to make the decision you're about to make. Can anybody tell me what the increase in the fines is? Are they all increasing by $10 each, or all increasing by a certain percentage? I see now we're looking at $47 tickets for something like alternate side parking.
To be-
All I can suggest is for Mr. Credible to look at the old list and then make a comparison with the, what is proposed in the ordinance, and you can figure it out yourself. It's that simple.
Thank you. Hopefully it would deter people from doing, parking where they're not supposed to be parking and moving their cars. Once you get to pocket, you tend to pay more attention and we put our alleviate that the challenges that we encounter, here in the city many times.
Yeah, I'll be very surprised if this leads to an improvement in the ability to find a parking space here. I think what it will result in is more money coming in, and I'd like to know, what will that money be used for? Is it correct to say that every ticket results in $4 going to the parking authority, and that will remain the same? Where's all this new money gonna go?
We have an answer to that, we don't have an answer.
I don't know what answer to that.
We don't know where the money will go. Will it go into the general fund of the city of New Brunswick?
We don't have an answer for you.
Can you ask Mr. Shammy where the money goes when someone pays a fine to the park, pays a fine for a violation of these ordinances?
I'm not gonna answer this time, we're not ready for that. Can I keep on going? Do you have anything?
Sure, sure. I would just respectfully submit you're not ready to vote on this if you don't have that information, and I would ask you to hold the ordinance until you can get that information, and the public can get that information. I'm kind of surprised that, you're not willing to ask the city attorney for that information here. This is, people work hard for their money. I know that, despite everyone's best efforts, sometimes we leave our car parked someplace too long. We forget about the alternate side parking, and to get hit with a $47 ticket because you forgot doesn't seem like the way we should be treating our own residents. The people who pay alternate side tickets are overwhelmingly people who live here, and I would like to know, for the alternate side parking tickets, does the authority ticket people after the street sweeper has gone by? Right, the whole point of alternate side is so that the street sweeper can get a pass through, and then I've been told various things, and I want to confirm. Does the city still issue tickets even if the street sweeper's already gone through, or if people see the street sweeper go through, can they bring their car back and put it on the side?
Do we have that answer?
And I hate to say that, I think Mr. Credible knows the correct answer. The correct answer is that we do it so make sure that we clear the road so that the sweeper can come through. So that would have to happen before the act of sweeping the streets takes place.
Right, so I want to understand, so folks won't be ticketed if the street sweeper's gone by and then they put their car back on that side. Those tickets won't be issued. Is that what I heard? I didn't.
I think your question was whether or not, when do we ticket? So we ticket prior to, if your vehicle is there past the time, okay, that is allotted when we expect the super to go through. So we don't chase people after the super is still giving tickets to people. That doesn't make any sense.
So you coordinate with the DPW to ensure that the authority visits before the street sweeper?
The answer to that is also yes. The answer to that is also yes.
I'm just trying to get this on the record because I have had situations where my neighbors come to me and say, I got a ticket after the street sweeper came through. And I don't think my block is the only block where that's happened. So I appreciate the answer. I'm glad that's the intention, and I hope that doesn't happen again. Respectfully, I would ask you to hold off on this. I also noticed something here that's not even parking at all, electric scooter riding on the sidewalks. Why is that a part of this?
We actually haven't touched those fines. Those fines are there, for the enforcement of scooters, just like it was from the very beginning.
Oh, they're unchanged. All right, well, thank you. Nevertheless, I would hold off because you don't have answers about how much money it will bring in, where the money will go, or even what the change is versus the prior.
Thank you. Anybody else on the public?
Carlos Ramirez, reporter in New Brunswick today. I would also like to back up Mr. Credible and to table this Ordinance, I feel like if we can't get right numbers, even though there was a study conducted, it's true that New Brunswick is becoming a bigger city. Parking is very much an issue to everybody who drives a car, and it's a pain to even find one or even try to fit in one. You know, the streets are not all marked with white lines indicating, you know, that that's where a car goes. Sometimes people park in a manner that are trying to preserve another spot for another friend or family members. So I feel like we're not getting straight answers, especially numbers with the money. You know, they always say follow the money, but if we can't get that, I feel like we should table this for a later time until we can get correct answers. And to say, oh, you can look that up, it's not to look that up. You know, you should respond accordingly, saying, well, you have better access to that. If you work in the department, you have better information, better numbers that you can provide to the public. Well, one person might have the access to investigate and look at it. The rest of us sitting here might not even know where they're going to go, what to look up on the internet to acquire these documentations. So I feel like we should table this for a later time. Thank you.
Anybody else from the public? I just want to make, sometimes, and I understand the public, right to have the answer, you know, ask questions and information, but sometimes the public also expects so much, you know, some information that we don't have readily available. You're asking for numbers from a year from now, how many things, you know, and those are, you know, some of those questions are usually, they tend to be very, and I call it loaded for lack of a better word at this time, that you need to really look at it. We don't want to give you correct information. We're going to tell you that it's 30,000, it might be less, it might be more. So, and sometimes, you know, we have the answer readily available, sometimes we don't, and sometimes we can provide you that information. But, nonetheless, we're ready to take a motion Motion to approve.
Councilmember Castañeda.
Yes.
Councilmember Ferguson.
Yes.
Councilmember Gaskins.
Yes.
Councilmember Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council Vice President Anderson.
Yes.
Council President Escobar.
Yes.